Genoa City is on fire as heartbreak and betrayal collide. In a shocking twist, Lily finally reaches her breaking point and unleashes years of pent-up frustration, leaving Kane shattered and in tears. But while his world crumbles, comfort comes from an unexpected place, Phyllis. Their steamy encounter sets off dangerous sparks that could change everything. Meanwhile, Jack and Diane aren't sitting idle. The power couple is scheming behind closed doors, crafting a diabolical plan that could shake the Newman Empire to its core. Loyalties will be tested, and nothing will ever be the same on The Young and the Restless. Welcome to Celebrity Gossip 24 Hours, where the drama unfolds and the stories captivate. Join us as we delve into the intriguing world of Young and the Restless, revealing the untold tales and hidden truths behind the headlines. Love, lies, and revenge. Lily breaks Kane while Jack and Diane plot their darkest move yet on The Young and the Restless. The latest episode of The Young and the Restless delivered emotional fireworks, high-stakes scheming, and the kind of heartbreak that leaves Genoa City forever changed. Thursday, October 9th, 2025, was a day when loyalties were tested, tears flowed, and power plays took center stage. Lily's breaking point. At the center of the storm was Lily, who finally reached the end of her patience with Kane. After months of trying to rebuild trust, she discovered that Kane had been aware of Victor's explosive article about Colin's dirty dealings and did nothing to stop it. Jill, furious with Kane over Colin's fraudulent past, pushed him to tell the truth. But as Kane's evasions grew, Lily's anger boiled over. Walking in mid-confrontation, Lily unleashed a torrent of frustration, calling out Kane for protecting his father's reputation and, by extension, his own. She made it painfully clear that their children, Maddie and Charlie, deserved better. Her parting words were a final dagger. This time, if the twins decide to leave him behind, she won't stop them. Kane's tears said it all. He's a man watching everything he loves slip away. His empire, his family, and now his dignity are crumbling, leaving him desperate for redemption. Phyllis and Daniel's family feud. Meanwhile, at Crimson Lights, Phyllis was stirring the pot in her own special way. Learning that Daniel planned to accompany Tessa to Boston, she couldn't resist prying into his motives. Was this about friendship or something deeper? Daniel denied any romantic feelings, but Phyllis wasn't convinced. She warned him about the pain of unrequited love, drawing on her own history of heartbreaks. The exchange turned sharp and personal, as Daniel reminded her that she, of all people, should understand how destructive obsession can be. Despite her overbearing nature, Phyllis's concern wasn't entirely misplaced. She senses trouble ahead for her son. Yet before the dust could settle, Lily arrived in tears, railing against Kane's latest scandal. The cafe became a crossroads of emotional chaos as Phyllis read the breaking story aloud, realizing how deeply it had shaken everyone involved. The fallout at Newman Media. At Newman Media, tension reached a fever pitch. Nick and Chelsea were visibly uneasy as Adam read the headline exposing Kane and Colin's misdeeds. The story painted a dark portrait of corruption and betrayal, and they all knew the fallout would be brutal. Chelsea feared the article would destroy Kane's already fragile relationship with his children, but Adam insisted the truth had to come out. With Victor's final approval, Adam hit enter, sending the story live across every major news outlet within seconds. Nick questioned the ethics of it all, but Victor's command was absolute. The Ashby name had to be exposed, no matter the cost. The family knew this move would trigger chaos, but in Genoa City, power often comes at a price. Jack and Diane's dangerous stance. Over at Jabot, Jack and Diane were crafting a plan of their own, one that could rival Victor's ruthlessness. After a tense meeting with Kane failed to yield results, Jack became convinced that Jill's involvement might tip the scales in his favor. Still, Diane was skeptical. Jack's mind, however, was already racing ahead. He wanted control over Kane's mysterious digital program, a weapon that could devastate Newman Enterprises. When Diane pressed him on his intentions, his response was chillingly calculated. Yeah, or use it on Victor. For years, Jack and Victor's rivalry has defined the business landscape of Genoa City, but this time feels different. Fueled by rage and a sense of justice, Jack's darker instincts are rising. Diane, ever the strategist, doesn't just approve. She's ready to help him take Victor down once and for all. Their passionate kiss sealed the unholy alliance. Together, they're ready to destroy or be destroyed. The final acts of the day. Back at Newman Media, Adam and Chelsea's victory was short-lived. Nick announced his plans to leave for Los Angeles, determined to protect his family from the spreading chaos. Adam tried to convince him to stay, reminding him that Victor expects loyalty. But Nick's focus was on Sharon and Noah, both showing signs that the storm's emotional toll was far from over. Across town, Kane spiraled further into despair. Jill, seeing his pain, tried to pull him back from the edge. She urged him to prove to Lily and the kids that he's not Colin's son in spirit, to take one bold step that shows his love is real. Whether Kane has the strength to do that remains uncertain. Then came the most unexpected twist of all, a late-night phone call between Kane and Phyllis. Desperate and broken, Kane told her he needed to see her immediately. Phyllis's response was cool but cautious. She already knew about the scandal. Still, curiosity and maybe a hint of compassion pushed her to agree. Sparks from old wounds may soon ignite again. What's next in Genoa City? As the night closes in, the young and the restless has set up a thrilling chain of events. Lily's heartbreak, Kane's guilt, Phyllis's interference, and Jack's thirst for revenge have all collided into one combustible mix. Will Kane redeem himself or fall deeper into scandal? Will Phyllis's comfort lead to something forbidden? And can Jack and Diane really outmaneuver Victor, or will their diabolical plan be their undoing? One thing is clear. In Genoa City, the fight for love and power is just getting started. Today's next update. Heartbreak turns to heat. Phyllis and Kane's surprising connection on the young and the restless. Genoa City might be facing its next big scandal, and it's not a corporate one this time. The latest developments on the young and the restless tease an unexpected emotional collision between Phyllis Summers and Kane Ashby. Two people at rock bottom may soon find comfort, and maybe something more, in each other's arms. Both have been alienated, betrayed, and humiliated, and now, the sparks flying between them could ignite into one of the show's most surprising new romances. Kane's fall from grace. For Kane, the week couldn't get any worse. After Newman Media released a damning exposé about his father, Colin Atkinson, the fallout hit fast and hard. The report revealed that Colin scammed a dying woman out of her wealth, money that was then funneled into Arabesque, Kane's company. The scandal rocked Genoa City and left Kane branded as the son of a con man running a business built on stolen money. Victor Newman's fingerprints were all over the takedown, but it was Adam and Chelsea who executed it with precision. The story went viral, destroying Kane's fragile reputation overnight. Jill Abbott, furious and disappointed, confronted him directly. Though Kane swore he knew nothing about Colin's final scam, his denial did little to change her mind. Then came the harshest blow, Lily Winter's anger. After discovering that Kane knew Victor planned to release the article but didn't stop it, she lashed out, declaring that their children, Maddie and Charlie, would see him for what he's become. In a gut-wrenching moment, Lily told Kane she no longer recognized him. Her parting words left him shattered. It was time for the kids to walk away for good. Defeated, Kane turned to the only person who might understand what it's like to lose everything, Phyllis Summers. Phyllis becomes an unlikely lifeline. Phyllis has had her own share of heartbreak and humiliation. Once one of Genoa City's most confident power players, she's been struggling to rebuild her life and repair her fractured relationships with her children, Daniel and Summer. After losing Nick Newman once again and finding herself isolated, Phyllis has been in search of a sense of belonging and someone who understands her pain. So when Kane called her in desperation, it wasn't out of nowhere. Phyllis knows what it's like to be vilified, abandoned, and blamed for everything. Her instinct to comfort him might start as empathy, but there's no denying the undercurrent of tension between them. Phyllis and Kane have always shared an intriguing chemistry, the kind that comes from two people who've both made mistakes and lived to regret them. Their mutual understanding could easily evolve from sympathy into something much more dangerous and intoxicating. A connection built on shared scars. What makes this potential pairing compelling is how much these two mirror each other. Both Phyllis and Kane carry the legacy of deceitful fathers and the burden of reputations tainted by someone else's wrongdoing. They've spent years trying to prove they're better than the people who raised them, and often falling short in the eyes of those they love. Kane's heartbreak over Lily's departure parallels Phyllis's lingering pain over Nick's reunion with Sharon. Watching the man she still loves drift back to his longtime flame only deepens Phyllis's loneliness. Both are emotionally raw, vulnerable, and hungry for understanding. When they come together, it's less about manipulation and more about survival. In each other, they might finally find a kindred spirit, someone who sees beyond the mistakes and the gossip. What begins as a moment of comfort could soon transform into a bond built on shared heartbreak and a desire to start over. From solace to passion, a dangerous turning point. At first, their connection may appear innocent. Phyllis could offer Kane the emotional support no one else will. But the young and the restless thrives on blurred lines, and this relationship may quickly cross one. Whether it's revenge, redemption, or raw chemistry driving them, sparks are already flying. The question is, what happens next? Phyllis has a long history of letting passion cloud her judgment, and Kane's fragile emotional state makes him easy to sway. A single night of vulnerability could spiral into something neither of them can control. Still, it's possible that this time, Phyllis's motives are different. She might see in Kane not just a partner in pain, but a chance at something genuine. And for Kane, who's been stripped of everything, Phyllis could be the one person who helps him rebuild, or ruin him completely. What's next for Genoa City's newest duo? The path ahead is uncertain, but one thing's for sure. Phyllis and Kane's story is about to shake Genoa City. If their connection deepens, it could send shockwaves through their families and allies alike. Lily will not take kindly to seeing her ex with Phyllis, and Nick may find himself jealous in ways he didn't expect. As the lines between revenge, comfort, and love blur, fans can expect emotional fireworks and the kind of complicated entanglement that the young and the restless does best. Stay tuned, because what starts as shared sorrow may soon explode into a passion that no one saw coming. For more of the latest updates and behind-the-scenes secrets from Young and the Restless, make sure to hit subscribe and ring that bell. Stay in the know with every new release.